Hey,
It's me. That's him. We're back.
this is Podcast on the Influence number 35. It's also Christmas. Well, 2 days from Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Give you a little heads up on our rundown. We're going to do some football talk. We don't have any of our TV shows unless you want.
From the.
I did say I started watching Into the Badlands last night.
How was that?
It's not bad. If you liked like kung fu and sword fighting, it's really cool. It's like post-apocalypse, like no guns, just like swords and stuff. They still have like machine guns and or not machine guns, motorcycles and stuff, but that wasn't bad. I watched like the first 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes, and I got tired. And I kind of just like, you know what, fuck this, I need to get to bed. But anyway, football. We're gonna do our movie fantasy football draft.
Characters from football movies. Movies only. So you're not allowed to draft anyone from Blue Mountain State.
Damn it!
You did, didn't you?
I had someone on my list.
You said movies only. I didn't even look at TV shows.
Don't worry about it. It's only two guys I even considered. So we'll go over that when it happens.
I have a question for that when we get there.
Okay. Then we have
Star Wars.
Star Wars, obviously.
Spoiler alert. Stop now.
Yeah, we're not going to do it in this video. Star Wars, we'll have a Star Wars spoiler alert on it, so it'll be listed as that. And then we'll do our top 10. We have two top 10s today.
Yeah, because we're not playing next week.
Yeah, we're not.
I'm taking a week off to play Daddy.
He's playing Daddy.
11 days off work. It's totally blast. It's
amazing. Okay, so without further ado, the NFL. We'll go run down, and we'll do our predictions, and we'll talk about MVP stuff like that.
Cam Newton. Buccaneers over the Rams. Oh no, wait! I had that backwards. Rams over the Buccaneers.
I think we both won Buccaneers.
Yeah. I like to see Jameis Winston.
Jameis Winston, I thought played well.
Mm-hmm.
He played well. I mean, you can't take that away from him.
Both of the first-year quarterbacks this year are doing really good.
Mariota.
Yeah, they're doing really good across the board stats.
Actually, last year's draft picks and this year's draft picks are all doing pretty well. Derek Carr. Manziel. I actually think Manziel's done pretty good this year, to be honest with you.
Blake Bortles' stats have not been terrible.
There's another one. I kind of wish Geno Smith would get more of a chance, but he's 2 years ago. Never mind. He was drafted 3 years ago. Who else? Derek Carr, Manziel, Bortles. Tyrod Taylor's been in the league for a few years, so he doesn't count.
He's been around for a while.
Yeah.
He was drafted by Baltimore.
Yeah. There's one more for Bridgewater. Bridgewater has not been
Teddy has been good.
He's not been bad. Well, he's like your typical game manager right now, but hey, you got to play the role you're given. You know?
He's doing real well. He's got probably one of the league's best running backs, but he doesn't have anyone really to mention at wide receiver.
Stephon Diggs has stepped up and played pretty well this year.
Yeah, but I mean, as far as number one names in the league, he doesn't have one.
No, you're right about that.
So, Rams. The Jets over the Cowboys.
I called that, but it was a close game. It was closer than I thought.
It was a very close game. I was impressed by that. The Vikings beat the Bears. I think I called that one. No, wait, I picked for the Bears because I wanted the Vikings to lose so they wouldn't get ahead in the division.
I think I said Bears too.
I picked the Chefs.
So did I. Dude, you gotta admit, they're looking good. They won like 8 straight.
8 in a row.
They're gonna get in the playoffs. If you look at the next 2 games are like Oakland, and San Diego.
Yeah,
did they just beat San Diego, or who did they just beat?
Ravens.
Oakland and San Diego are their next 2 games.
They'll be alright.
It's them and the Steelers. I think are gonna make playoffs. The wild card ones.
Yeah, I think the Jets are gonna get it. I think we both picked the Panthers.
Yeah. Let's talk about that real quick. Odell Beckham Jr. If you haven't seen the game, which if you haven't, you're crazy and you're insane.
Well, not the whole game. Just watch the highlight reel of the fights because there was like 6 of them.
Oh my god! I'm reading something. Go ahead. You can talk. I history Nazi'd a girl earlier. Read the post.
I'm not right now. No.
Just read the post.
I'm sticking to football because
it is football. It does say football.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So, and this is what a girlfriend of mine said. I'll read it to you guys in a second.
Oh wow.
It says, "Is this girl, some stupid girl on I think it was Facebook, said, damn, the NFL's been around longer than the government. We've had 48 Super Bowls and only 44 presidents. I didn't know that. And that's how stupid people are. So a girl I know, I don't call her out on the podcast, but they said, she's so stupid. I feel like sending her or finding her and saying 7/2/1776, LOL. And I corrected her, but I'm going to read the correction. Go ahead. That's all it was. I was just checking Facebook to clear it off.
See, now you brought something to memory because I saw a guy who posted a picture of screwdriver bits, that you can fit into a screwdriver and replace the bits and whatever, and said, found these bullets in a parking lot, wondering if anyone had any information on who made them. Thought they were bullets. I'm like, wow, moron of the year. So anyway, Odell Beckham Jr. got taunted to the point that he unleashed the beast, and he did it in a very unfavorable manner. And it could have been a better hit because he didn't even knock the guy over, but that's all right. I'll have to get you ADD medication.
What? Squirrel. Okay, I'll close this. I'll close it. Okay, so yeah, he need to angle that a little bit more. Well, oh, there actually is a squirrel. It's like he heard me.
I wish you could just hit a button on that and like flip to a camera on the back. To see
I wish I could too. I wish I could. If you don't know where we're kind of located, there's a outside, like you're sitting like right against a screen door.
Yeah, we promised you an outdoor podcast this year. We didn't get to it. Sorry about that.
We will, but there's literally like a screen door behind you. Okay, if you ever watched the podcast in the past, his little kid will come and play with the blinds right behind him. Okay. So it's literally right behind you is the outside. We can stay out on the road and whatever. But I said squirrel, and literally a squirrel comes running across.
They know.
They hear. They watch our podcast. They're fans.
This is why we can't get anything done with 210 Joe.
Yeah. Hey, we're in the moment. We don't script anything.
So anyway, but apparently the Carolina people were taunting Odell Beckham Jr. with a baseball bat on the sideline, and a couple of them made the motion to him that after this game he would never walk again. So I'd probably be a little bit pissed off myself.
That happens in every football game.
Yeah, but they usually don't have a ball bat there on
the sideline. No, they do. Actually, guys, we used to have this at Southern. Because if you knew, we have it at high school. I know they have it at the pro level. We had a sledgehammer. Because we always what would happen was we would give it to someone every week. I got a lot of times, but be the hammer, not the nail, for like a big hit on somebody. And it's all term like lay some wood on people, hit some home runs, knock it out of the park. It's a metaphor. You carry it around as like a mental mentality for how you want to play. So yeah. I had no issue with it. The second I saw a bat, I'm like, what's the big deal? It's a fucking bat. Well, we had a sledgehammer we used to carry around.
Honestly, saying that'd probably get me fired up too.
Yeah, they say that for every game though. Just to get people
by not the end of this game, you're never going to walk again.
That's what they say all the time. They say that all the time.
I think both sides were wrong. So to lay all the blame on ODB, I don't think that's fair to him.
No, it's not that. It's not blaming all the blame. It's how far he took it to where he literally used his helmet as a projectile missile, basically.
Every dude's got that breaking point. He can only take so much shit before he stops.
Yeah, and that's on him.
So don't blame.
I blame the referees because they let it get that far. If the referees would have been like, listen, both you over there, you over there. You do this again, you're both out of here. Simple. And that's all we had to do. Now, which I don't care because I'm a Redskins fan, honestly. It just helps my Redskins more because now we don't have to worry about the Giants because they're not beating the Minnesota Vikings without ODB. No, they're not because he's the only team that can really catch a football. Because what they could have done is if they just kicked them both out of the game, then you might have avoided the whole helmet hit. And he could be playing next week, still able to contend for the NFC East.
There's like a bunch of schools out there.
They're fans of our podcast, man.
3 out there.
Is one of them named Hammy?
I think he is. I thought it was like as big as my cat.
No, Hammy. Remember?
Okay, over the thing where he drank the Red Bull and went into super speed mode, like Fry did in that episode of Futurama.
Yeah, there we go. And I don't know. I don't have. I think what he did actually helped his team, to be honest, Because after watching the highlights and hearing a lot of analysts, like once he got to that point where he like speared the guy in the helmet and then like someone like got in his face and like yelled at him. Well, apparently no one yelled at him on the sideline.
They should have.
They should have. They should have done it long before, if anything.
Well, if Coughlin was smart, he should have sat him for a couple plays. Like, you need to calm the fuck down, kid.
Well, to be fair to Coughlin too, he also wants to win because he's going to lose. He's probably going to lose his job.
You play to win the game.
That's what Herm Edwards.
Yeah,
Herm Edwards. Words, not woods. Herm Edwards. Oh. Elba Fudd. Oh. He's just trying to win the game because he needs to win to make the playoffs. So that's the thing about him.
Bye-bye playoff Giants.
I mean, they could win. If they win out, there's a possibility, but I doubt it.
Well, as long as Steve Harvey doesn't announce it, we're in good shape.
Steve Harvey announced that the Ravens made the playoffs today.
He announced that there's a lot. I'm sure that every corner of the globe.
To be fair to that, you know, Odell Beckham, all you need to do is like, hey, I screwed up. I let my emotions get the best of me. I'm sorry. Won't happen again. Take your punishment, move on. That's all that needs to happen. Like Steve Harvey screwed up, straight up. He screwed up, and he's like, I'm sorry. I really am sorry. I misread. I apologize. That's the most you can do as a man, is apologize for what you did. You know?
He's probably going to try to fight it and get it levied, so it's just a fine and no time served.
Oh, no. He definitely needs to lose a game for that. And to be fair, I think the referee should lose a paycheck and should be suspended for a game. The same referees.
Shouldn't let it escalate.
No, absolutely not.
All right.
But I do think that him going to the extremes he did probably motivated his team to get him back in that game because they were down a lot.
Yeah,
they didn't make a hell of a comeback.
They did. We were watching the score of that game on the way back from the Pittsburgh.
Star Wars.
So that happened. I cheer for the Bills. Of course, you cheer for the
Hey, they put up 35 on that defense. That's pretty good.
They did good.
Another squirrel.
I was pulling for the Jags, but that didn't happen. So there's that.
Falcons. Jags are technically still in contention because they can win out, but I think Texans and Colts have to lose every game.
Highly unlikely.
Very. Texans won. I'm okay with the Texans win their division.
I don't give a shit. They're fine. I've really seen nothing down there that even piques my interest. So if they take it, good for them.
Texans or I would like to see Jacksonville because I work with Noble. He's a huge Jacksonville fan. I'm pulling for him.
Yeah.
You know, we're both fans of lovable losers.
I would prefer the Colts, but they're done.
Why would you prefer the Colts?
I don't know. I don't hate Andrew Luck. I don't have a reason to.
I've always disliked I don't know. I can't.
I'm not one of these fuckers that when they left Baltimore overnight in a bunch of fucking flower trucks.
I think that resonates to me a little bit.
I'd never watched him play. So
I've never liked Jim Irsay. I think he's kind of a dickhead of an owner.
Yeah.
I think like Peyton Manning used to always cost my second favorite team, the Chiefs, like a lot of playoff advancement because they've never had a defense. He would just pick them apart. So that might be why I've always liked Priest Holmes too. I thought about it. I tried to why do I not like the Colts?
Yeah.
I don't dislike Andrew Luck's a fantastic football player. I like Frank Gore. I like Andre Johnson. There's a lot of players on that team. I can't trace it back to why I don't like him.
Yeah, everyone's got a reason. I pulled for the Titans, but the Patriots, of course, won. So there's that.
Patriots won.
I said Browns. We said Seahawks. I said Seahawks.
I said Browns.
They weren't going to play.
That was cool.
Of course, I said the Packers.
I said the Raiders, I think. I said I hope the Raiders win.
I think I actually said the 49ers.
In the Bengals game?
Yeah.
I said Bengals.
All right.
A.J. McCarron is not a bad quarterback.
No, he is not. He is showing some stuff.
21 points.
They're not completely out of it.
Oh, no.
They're leading. Well, no, they lead. They get that division. There's no way Pittsburgh can catch them.
What is Pittsburgh's record?
9-5.
Yeah.
They're not going to lose out. Bengals aren't going to lose out. I picked the Finns, but the Bolts won, so there's
Bolts.
I definitely picked the Steelers.
I thought you said Broncos.
Why did I pick the Broncos?
I don't know. I picked the Steelers. I didn't carry it away, but I picked the Steelers.
Steelers. We both picked the
Cardinals.
I picked the Lions.
You picked the Lions. I picked the Saints.
So. They said that was like, of this season, that was like the biggest upset. Like, if you'd have put money on that game, a fair amount of money, you'd have walked away
I'd have said
nicely.
Eagles-Patriots was probably the biggest upset this year.
Maybe. But for whatever reason, I guess the spread on that was they had the Saints like with a 30-point spread or something like that.
Yeah, it was in New Orleans.
Go Detroit. Good for you.
Okay. Let's go to next week.
I didn't even realize that there was a curse of Bobby Lane. They went over all that this week. Thank you, Swami, for enlightening me on that. I'm taking the Raiders over the Bolts.
I take the Raiders also.
I'm taking the Skins over the Eagles.
Yes. Yeah, boy. Come on. We
time.
can win our division.
Just one time.
Win our division.
I'm taking the Lions over the Niners.
I'll take the Niners.
I'm taking the Steelers.
I'll take the Ravens.
No,
I'll take the Steelers. I don't want
I'm taking Kellen Moore and the Cowboys. If Kellen Moore plays, I'm picking the Cowboys.
Okay. If Kellen Moore plays, I'll pick the Cowboys too.
Okay. Buccaneers again. I don't know. I just love
Bears.
I love the Bears.
The Bears.
Panthers are going to beat the Falcons.
They could sit their starters.
They're not going to.
I mean, they probably went with their backups. The way,
dude, what does Carolina have other than one Super Bowl?
They don't have any Super Bowls.
I thought they had one.
They had a Super Bowl appearance.
Didn't they beat the Titans?
No, they didn't beat the Titans.
I thought they beat the Titans.
No, they lost to them. I'll check. No,
St.
St. Louis. That was
the greatest show on turf.
Yeah, I'll check.
That was 2000, 2001.
Do the Carolina Panthers have any Super Bowl wins?
God, you're so lazy you can't even type.
They don't have any wins.
Okay. I'd like to see a team like Carolina do that.
They had one with Jake Delhomme where they made it to the Super Bowl, but they lost to the Patriots.
I just would like to see a team like Carolina do it. Wow, sweet. I don't know. Overall, they're not bad guys. They're kind of like that team that you don't ever talk about until they're doing something, and then that's the only time you talk about it. You know what I mean? Like, you always want to talk about Cam Newton, but that's it. That's the end of the conversation. There's nothing else to talk about down there.
Luke Kuechly.
Well,
he's a great player.
Handful of players, but I mean, you think Green Bay can do it. You're pretty sure the Patriots can do it. We could go through a list of 10 teams that we're pretty sure could get it done. And then we start at the bottom and work our way up. We'll start talking about the Browns, Detroit, and we'll say Carolina because they're so close, but we don't think they can get there. I'd like to see them do it just because they'd be in that end of the conversation.
To be undefeated the whole season or just go undefeated for the regular season?
I'd like to see them do it all. I really would. I'll cheer. If they make it that far, I'll cheer for them.
You realize that to do that your Packers are going to have to lose.
If they make it that far, I will cheer for them.
That would depend on who they play for me to do that. But I'd cheer for them too. I mean, if my Redskins are out of it, I got to pick
the only way that I wouldn't cheer for them is if someone from the AFC North got in, either the Bengals or the Steelers. I would cheer for the Bengals. I would.
I would cheer for. I would if it was Bengals Panthers. I'd cheer for the Panthers.
I don't hate Uday.
But if it was Tom Brady, I'd probably choose Tom Brady over the Panthers.
Browns and Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Taking the Chefs. The Colts are looking rough. I'm going to take the Fins. I'm taking Tannehill and the Fins.
Take the Colts.
Patriots, Jets. I'm picking the Jets.
You're going to lose, Patriots.
Probably.
Well, hold on. Go back up. You need the Jets to lose.
Why do I need the Jets to lose? I do need the Jets to lose. I'm silently not going to cheer for the Patriots, but I predict they'll win. How about that? Is that a fair statement?
Got you there. Okay.
I'm not going to cheer for them, but they're probably going to win.
If I want the Jacksonville Jaguars to win it, I kind of need the Texans to lose.
Yeah, so I'm picking the Titans.
The Titans too. Jacksonville over Saints.
Jags over Saints.
Because Blake Bortles is going to have a monster game. He's going to have a monster game. Cardinals.
3-point game.
No.
You think it's going to be a fucking blowout?
I think it's going to be a 10-point game.
10-point
Touchdown
game?
to 10 points.
I'm picking the Packers.
Cardinals. Seahawks.
Yeah, Hawks.
Vikings.
Well, I know why, but I'm taking the Giants.
Really, it doesn't matter what the Giants do.
They have to win both games in order to be in contention.
Yeah, if the Redskins win, it doesn't matter.
So I'm taking the Vikings. I think
Bengals.
Yeah, I'm taking the Bengals. I'm definitely taking the Bengals.
If Broncos don't win this, if the Broncos lose out, they miss the playoffs.
Brock Osweiler has a misspelled tattoo somewhere on his body. I heard a blurb about that today. I haven't taken the time to look because I'm really not that fucking curious, but
if the Broncos don't win their next 2 games, they can miss the playoffs because the Steelers look like they're going to win out, and the Chiefs look like they're going to win out. So the Broncos could lose their division to the Chiefs. First off, second off, they're not going to get a wild card because the Chiefs if the Jets, let's say the Jets went out, Chiefs went out, and Steelers went out, and the Broncos lose out. The Broncos are 10-6.
Mm-hmm.
The Steelers would be 11-5. The Jets would be 11-5, and the Kansas City Chiefs would be 11-5, winning the division.
Steelers in the tiebreaker with the Jets.
It doesn't matter because the Chiefs would win their division, so the Chiefs and the Jets would both be in the wild card. That's what I'm saying. Right now, if you look at
the Jets, the Jets can't jump the Steelers in the wild card. They can't.
Yes,
the Jets can't.
Listen to me.
Even if they finish with the same score, they can't.
Listen to me.
Steelers own the tiebreaker.
I understand.
It doesn't matter what happens in that other division.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't. Kansas City, Steelers, Jets.
Time out. Kansas City could win their division, so they're no longer a wild card.
Okay, Broncos, Steelers, Jets. The Broncos being the wild card doesn't change the fact that
Broncos will make the wild card if they lose out because they'll be 10-6. The Jets will be let's say the Jets beat the Patriots this week and they win next week. They're 11-5. The Steelers, they win this week and next week. They're 11-5 also. You with me?
So you're predicting that the Broncos won't even be in.
I'm just saying they have to at least win one of these two games or they're done.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying, really.
Okay.
Now, the Chiefs have the tiebreaker over both teams, the Jets and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah.
So all they got to do is win out and they're good. Or if they win and lose, and the other teams win and lose, they're fine. But I'm just saying, if the Broncos don't win out, they really jeopardize the chance that they don't even make the playoffs.
I really want to grab Bruce Arians' hat off of his head and walk on it for a little while. I just don't like it.
What made you think of that when I'm talking about the freaking Chiefs, the chefs?
I don't know. It just popped into my head.
Okay, so we'll talk about MVPs real quick. Who do you have?
Cam Newton.
Well, top three. I was going to say top three.
Cam Newton.
Why?
He's like the tie that binds. He's like the thing that's held that team together this entire season. They all look up to him. Everyone is like, he started dabbing. Now everyone's fucking dabbing every time they do anything. I mean, that just shows the leadership he has over that team. I mean, can you think of anybody else?
I can think of a couple people.
Go on.
Here's my ranking for MVP. Cam Newton, which he's like that far ahead of Tom Brady. And I'll explain that here in a minute. Why he's only like that far ahead.
If you're going to say Tom Brady, then don't make Tom Brady the MVP. Make Rob Gronkowski the fucking MVP.
Well, Gronkowski's been out the last 4 games. And he came back last week, but he's been injured. So, Tom Brady's number 2. Number 3 is Carson Palmer. 4 is Russell Wilson. And number 5 is Big Ben Roethlisberger. Now, Roethlisberger and Wilson, Roethlisberger's missed a bunch of games.
Yeah, anyone who's missed time is out of the discussion.
Yeah, so but he has played well enough where I think he's at least number 5.
Well, someone even said that to me the other day. Like, they posted on Facebook, why isn't Ben being discussed as MVP?
He missed 5 games.
I'm sitting here thinking to myself, like, really? Seriously? Have you not watched what Cam Newton has done this season?
If you're going to go off of he missed some games, but he's still playing great, by that argument alone, you need to strip Aaron Rodgers of his MVP last year, and you need to give it to Tony Romo. Because look how bad that team is without Tony Romo. That really shows how good he is, considering how horrible that team is without him.
Aaron Rodgers deserves the MVP.
I know he does. But if you're going to go like, well, he missed some games. Well, look at how bad the Dallas Cowboys. I'm talking about Ben Roethlisberger missed more than 2 games.
Area Rodgers missed like 2
No,
games.
I don't care. I don't care that he missed
parts of 2 games.
My argument is that it shows how by that argument, as bad as he's played this year, you might want to think about giving it to Jordy Nelson. Because it's really
Let's just give it to Jordy Nelson.
I'm just saying.
Play this year.
No. I'm talking about like last year's MVP. Because it shows that how important he is to that team. Maybe he's more valuable than Aaron Rodgers is. Just saying.
The glue that binds the team. That's what they're looking at in MVP. I honestly, as much of a Green Bay fan as I am, even I said J.J. Watt should have had the MVP last year.
I do not think he should have MVP at all. I wanted him to, but I don't think you can't impact the game enough as a defensive player.
He impacted the shit.
He impacted it pretty well. As impactful as he was 8-8 last year.
3 offensive touchdowns.
7-9, I think.
3 offensive touchdowns as a tight end.
So, by that account, Rogo Counts should definitely be MVP.
What size shirt Colin wear?
Small. All I'm saying is, for Ben, you can't give Ben.
You're killing me, Small. I don't want to give him the MVP.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying you can't give him no one can ever argue that he should get the MVP, because if you're going to argue that he gets the MVP because look how important he is to his team, then you need to turn around and give Tony Romo the one from last year and say look how important he is to that, or maybe DeMarco Murray. You know what I mean? Or does that make sense? Or
the impact
sometimes
of the team, and they're being taken away, so they're no longer. The team has no impact.
That's
I'm tracking.
There's a great example in basketball. There's one year where Shaq should have won an MVP, but they gave it to Steve Nash.
Dude, they're basketball. Stop it.
Steve Nash averaged like 15 assists that year, a bunch of points, and when he was out, the team was like 2-12. But when he was in, they were like 60 and like 5 or something like that. So it showed how important he was to the team. Okay, so I don't know, but that I still think Ben Roethlisberger's having a great. He's going to make a Pro Bowl. He should make a Pro Bowl. Russell Wilson, which is why the same reason I'm giving him 4th place, and the same reason why I think Cam Newton barely has the edge over Tom Brady, is because early in the season, Russell Wilson wasn't doing too good. He's come on the last like 4 or 5 games strong, but he was not playing well at the beginning of the season. Cam Newton wasn't playing well. He had some games where he was below 50% passer or completion percentage. And he also had some games where his QBR was below the league average. And for an MVP, that's not really good. But he has come on the games where he has played great. He is like above and beyond great. And he has done a lot for that offense considering he has no weapons. That's why I think he is barely ahead of Tom Brady. Tom Brady and Carson Palmer have been.
You're having sex with Tom Brady. You really enjoy it.
Shut up. I'm pitching, he's catching. That's all that matters. You can listen. I'm making a good
catch.
Shut up. Carson Palmer and Tom Brady. Can you at least agree with me in here? They've at least been consistent the entire year. They don't have like a game where they spike for 500 and get like 100 yards passing and go up and down. They've consistently been good all year long.
I'll give you that.
That's why he's what's his name is barely ahead of Tom Brady. That's the only reason. That's all I'm saying. That's why he's barely ahead of Tom Brady.
Cam Newton is the sweetheart of the NFL.
He's an awesome. I think he's the MVP, but I don't think it's like he's not like this far ahead.
But I think the fun factor has a lot to do with it because last year's when Rodgers did it, he's like, relax, come out, relax, just out there and open and just chill about the whole situation. I got this, don't worry about it. Team leader. That's why he won the MVP. I mean, I'm sure there's weeks that Tom Brady, Ben Roethlisberger, Carson Palmer were all better than he was across the board, hands down. But just that leadership mentality, I think that really takes it. I think it really does. Cam Newton's got that team by the balls, and they would literally. I'm pretty sure if he went down the line and said, "All right, cough," I bet you everyone in that fucking locker room dropped their pants. I guarantee.
Okay, that's a little weird, but okay. It's weird, but
it's an odd analogy, but it works. They would all drop their drawers for him in a heartbeat. They wouldn't even ask him why he wanted them to do it. They have that much trust in him. They have that much trust in him.
Okay.
Cam Newton, MVP. We're in agreement. Why are we arguing?
Okay, how far ahead of Tom Brady do you think he is? I guess we better way to ask.
Light years.
Oh, he's not light years. Come on, be honest. Be fair.
I don't fucking.
Just because you don't like him doesn't mean he's not a good player.
Do you want me to give me? I can't give you an honest assessment of Tom Brady because I fucking hate him at that. I respect what he's done.
Take out some bias. We're talking sports here.
I do not have to take out bias. I'm not a fucking announcer. I'm not Chris Berman. I'm not Stuart Scott. I do not have to care. Asking me not to hate Tom Brady is asking Stuart Scott not to fall in love with the Tar Heels. It's impossible. Can't do it.
Okay.
Did you ever watch a Tar Heels game that Stuart Scott called?
No.
Trust me, you knew when his team scored.
No, it's funny because out of the corner of my eye, I always see the ball rolling. Then your cat just kind of peeked its head around the corner, looked
What
at
were
me,
you waiting for
ball.
Jigsaw to come around and go, would you like to play a game? Hey, I'm done with this conversation. We're moving on to fantasy football draft.
Fantasy football draft right now. Boom.